What's up, killers? It is your final girl, Mel, and this is my killer podcast. Do you like my bats? What's up, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful Halloween week, just like I am. I decided to do a quick video to give you guys some Halloween recommendations for watches this week. I'm sure everybody already has their lists made up of their Halloween 31 or their Halloween 13 or their Halloween 7. I don't know. But if you have an open free night to watch something, I have 10 recommendations here of wonderful movies that I personally really enjoy. And a lot of them are ones that may have flown under the radar, not a lot of people talk about. So I wanted to showcase them a little bit on here, give them a little love, and hopefully for a couple of them, we'll get them some better transfer. Let's put the word out for the movies that don't have better transfers. So maybe somebody is listening and we can get these Blu-rays or 4Ks or something of that nature. I don't know. I'm pretty sure nobody is watching my channel, but maybe somebody who has a popular channel will see this video and they'll mention these movies on their channel, and then I will get my Blu-rays and 4K. That's what I'm hoping for, I guess. Anyway, without any further ado, I'm going to start with Phantom of the Opera. I realize Phantom of the Opera is not a secret to anybody. This version of Phantom of the Opera has Robert Englund in it playing the Phantom, and it is not your typical Phantom of the Opera story, and it is very horrifying, and I absolutely love this version. I'm not a big Phantom of the Opera fan in particular, so the fact that I even like this one is kind of amazing, but it does have Robert Englund in it, and I absolutely love him. This is a Scream Factory edition of this film, so if you want to check it out, you can log on over there. I believe Scream Factory is having a sale right now. I'm not exactly sure when that sale ends, so if the sale is over, I apologize, but I believe this film is on that sale. So if you want to pick it up, check it out. It's a good one. Next up is The Exorcism of Emily Rose. This movie is horrifying. So if you want a creepy, demonic exorcism movie in your list to watch, this one is sure to terrify you. This is one of the scarier movies that I have ever watched. And I say ever because I don't get scared of very many films, and this one still gives me the heebie-jeebies. However, it is a slow burn, so don't expect immaculate action in this one, but it is the slow burn of this story that makes it just as horrifying. So do check this one out. All right, my next recommendation is Innocent Blood. This film was originally shown to me by my momster when I was way too young to be watching these films. Thanks, Momster. But this is a pretty quirky vampire movie, and it is a slow burn, but I highly recommend it. It's super fun. This film is from the vampire's point of view, so it's a different kind of story. It is basically this chick out in the world trying to survive as a vampire and be smart and intelligent about it, because in this film, getting bit by a vampire is kind of like getting scratched or bit by a werewolf. You automatically turn into one, kind of. So I don't know. It's just super fun, super quirky. I highly recommend it. And it has some good gore and some good practical effects. The next movie on the list is The Fourth Kind. This is an alien movie. However, this movie is probably in the top 3 films that have scared me the most in my life. I am confident in saying that because not only is this an alien film, but it also has a certain amount of demonic presence to it, almost exorcism style-y. Those are the movies that tend to scare me the most, are the exorcism ones. But It is about this psychologist, and it takes place in Nome, Alaska, which is out in the middle of nowhere, so much so that you have to take a plane just to get there. And she has these patients that are coming to her, and throughout her interviews comes to find out that they all have a similar ailment, and it's pointing towards alien abduction. And she herself has her own tragic backstory. It is another slow burn, but it is terrifying. I know most of you are thinking alien movies, how scary can it be? Check it out. It is pretty scary, and I love it. It's a good movie. However, I've only seen it a handful of times because I can't really bring myself to watch it again. I've seen it twice now. The first time I watched it, I was over at somebody else's house, and then it was nighttime, so I had to go outside and drive home by myself, and I was constantly like looking out my window and looking up at the sky, freaking out. So if that tells you anything, check it out. It was scary. If you want a good scare for this Halloween. The next one is What Lies Beneath. This is just a really good, really slow burn haunted house story. I like haunted house stories. I pretty much fall into the genre of ghosts and hauntings and paranormal and demonic. I like to watch those kind of movies. Those tend to be my comfort movies. And then my other favorite genre, as you guys already know, is the quirky, cheesy B horror movies that are more comedy, more laughable. Those are my fun watches that I like to dabble with all the time. But these tend to be my comfort movies for some reason. But it has Michelle Pfeiffer in it and Harrison Ford. They're married. They live in this house. Their daughter just goes off to college. And Michelle Pfeiffer kind of has a bit of a deal. She's kind of over emotional, and she has some kind of psychological deal where she can't really remember certain things. And then you kind of travel through the film, and then you eventually figure out why at the end. And I don't know. It's just a really good movie. It's, it's spooky. It's not going to scare you out of your pants, but it's a good watch. It's good for Halloween. The next film I'm going to recommend is Dead Alive. Can we please get this on Blu-ray again? As far as I know, it's out of print on Blu-ray, and it's very hard to find, and it's very expensive. This DVD alone was super stupid expensive. But this is just a quirky, fun, cheesy B horror movie. My type of film. So if you want a good laugh and you want to have a good time watching a good popcorn flick with a group of friends this Halloween, this is your jam. Next up, we have my boy Eddie in Brain Scan. I remember watching this when I was younger. I super loved this movie. I know I've said it before, but I really liked Edward Furlong when I was younger, so I pretty much watched all of his films, but this one is particularly good. So for you true crime junkies out there, it's about Edward Furlong, and his dad's not around a lot. And so he plays a lot of video games, and he's always looking for the next best one. And he finds this new experience type video game that comes to him where it's supposed to be like a true life experience. So he puts it in and he plays it. And then he starts to find out real quick, like, that it was truer to life than he was expecting. Yeah. Anyway, so check it out. It's super fun too. Look at that. It doesn't go real deep. It's not going to be real thought-provoking on this one, but it's a wild ride for sure. It's for sure going to be a wild ride. And I super duper wanted his room when I was younger. His bedroom, Edward Furlong's bedroom in this movie is so cool. Well, at least back in this time it was cool. Back in 1994 it was cool. I'm sure bedrooms of kids are way cooler than this one now, but still a cool, fun movie to put in at a party. Next up, we have After Midnight. So I'm not going to lie. I literally just watched this movie because it had Henry Zabrowski in it. I really like him from Last Podcast on the Left. If you guys haven't listened to that podcast, it's a true crime podcast, and it's really good. So I highly recommend listening to it. It's not for the faintest of heart, though. Anyway, this is an Arrow release that came out. It is a creature feature-esque, but it's also kind of a romance It's a romantic comedy dressed up like a horror movie, and it has a pretty awesome creature in it. And the last 5 minutes of this movie is pretty hilarious. So I do highly recommend checking this one out. This one flew pretty far under the radar. But I actually started watching this one, I believe, on Amazon Prime, and it was free, and I was super excited about it. And then for some reason, I had to stop watching it in the middle of the film to go do something else. And then when I came back to it, it was no longer free on Prime anymore. So I bought it from Arrow specifically so I could see the end. This particular release, though, came with another film. It came with The Battery. So there's actually 2 films in this one release, and it came with this groovy slipcover. The original cover of this film is actually really cool. It features the creature. But yeah, if this one pops up for free on Prime again, or you can rent it, or you guys want to pick up this Arrow release, it's a good time, and I highly recommend this one. Last but certainly not least, don't laugh at me, but I do have a VHS. Yes, a VHS is making its presence in this recommendation video. I'm only whipping out the VHS because you can get this film on DVD, but you can't get it on Blu-ray. It does not exist on Blu-ray. So put it out into the world that this film needs to be on Blu-ray, but the DVD is hella expensive, and they are very sparse. If anybody has this on DVD and they want to give it to me, that would be awesome. Hit me up. DM me on Instagram. But this is Watchers. It stars Corey Haim back when he was younger. It is a super good film. It is kind of it's not a werewolf film, but the monster in this film is kind of werewolf-esque. But it's basically about this dog escapes this research facility, and Corey Haim comes across this dog and takes him in as a pet, but this dog is programmed to be connected with this monster. So the idea behind this dog was they were going to send this dog out into like wars and to sniff out like bad guys, and then this monster would follow the dog into the war zone and kill the bad guys, I guess. Is basically, I think, what they were trying to do with this. It was going to be a war weapon of some kind, but obviously it goes tragically wrong. The monster and the dog break out of the research facility, and the monster, instead of going to kill the targets, the monster just wants to kill the dog. Well, of course, Corey Haim falls in love with the dog, and then he spends the rest of the movie trying to save the dog and then try and kill the monster. Anyway, it's a super fun film. I don't know why nobody talks about it, and I don't know why you can't get it on Blu-ray, but hopefully somebody will put this out on Blu-ray. This is very strongly seems like it would be a Scream Factory, a perfect Scream Factory movie, but this is Watchers. Loved this movie when I was younger. This is actually the VHS I used to watch when I was younger. This is why we shouldn't put stickers on slipcovers, though. Like, this brown bar right here is where a sticker used to be. So now it's just like really gross. This is what MVD Rewind is doing purposefully to their slipcovers. Anyway, super good movie. I highly recommend it. If you guys can find it, I highly recommend watching it. It is very good, but good luck tracking it down. Eventually, one of these days, I will just suck it up and pay the freaking $100 or whatever it is for the DVD. But I'm really hoping that it'll come out on Blu-ray. But I honestly don't know that it will. Nobody's talking about it. People are talking about True Lies like crazy. Every day I watch a video talking about how True Lies needs a better transfer. And that movie can't get a better transfer. So I highly doubt this one is going to get one. But if it could, please. Thank you. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging around with me to watch this video and listen to my Halloween movie watch recommendations. Hit me in the comments below and let me know if you guys watch any of these and what you think. Like I said, a lot of these kind of fly under the radar. Not many people talk about them, so I'm super excited to be able to recommend them to you as a watch for Halloween. And honestly, watch them anytime. Don't even watch them for Halloween. I just highly recommend them. They're all super good movies, and I hold them all near and dear to my heart, so you should too. If you would like to further help support me and my channel, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and kill that bell for your girl. Share me with your friends. All of these things help promote me and my channel and help keep the conversation going and the community growing. And if you want to take it one step further and help support me even more, you can log on over to my Patreon. You can help keep my dream alive and yourselves entertained through that method as well. My link will be down in the description bar. But simply liking and sharing this video helps a lot. It goes a long way, and I appreciate every single one of you. So have a happy Halloween. Be safe out there, and until the next time we hang, have a killer day.